Coach, if you can just talk about, your team only has a handful of games left in the season. Do you feel like with them on this winning streak, you have them right where you need them to be?
I think that there's certainly areas that we've got to improve on always and just be more consistent with. We've seen growth in certain areas of our game, but we've just got to continue to be consistent and play through 4 quarters. And we've talked a lot about running through the tape this week. We were playing well in the first game for 3 quarters, and then we kind of let down in the 4th. And usually if you let down in the 4th, the game is not so forgiving. It was that time, but we can't make that a habit. And so I'm just working on being consistent at what we do best, and hopefully going into March, we'll be playing right where we need to be.
Coach, just this past game against Western New Mexico, you guys faced forced 25 turnovers against them. How much does this team pride themselves on the defensive side of the ball?
That's the spot that we spend the most time with, and we expect that from every night. And I do think that the press that we put on them in the second half helped that a little bit. We knew that applying pressure would trip them up just a little. I'm not 100% confident in it, so we tried to get out of it without pressing, but the girls executed well and did what they needed to in order for that press to succeed. But I thought our ball pressure was right where it needed to be, and we rotated on the defensive end to cause a lot of those turnovers.
Going into the games this week, are there any things that you say you want to correct specifically?
Just making sure that we keep our identity on the defensive end and rebounding, and that's important. We've got to bring energy. I don't think that that's something that we're going to have to coach this week just because of who we're playing, and that's a good feeling for a coach. If we know these kids well enough, they'll be ready mentally and physically. And, we've got to go into games on the road. And so we've got to go into those games with a lot of confidence and like we own the place. And, the goals are the same height and the court is the same length. And we've just got to go in there like we do every day here. And the gyms are similar. Like they have gyms that are real similar to ours. So hopefully that won't trip us up much. But the girls are very excited. They want these 2 wins on the road and can't wait to see what happens.
Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry.
Probably sticking on the same thing. I know that you said 2 games coming up on the road. I think it's 4 straight, right, for you guys? 4 straight road games for the Bells. What are you looking forward to seeing most from your team as they go into hostile environments against an LSC opponent these upcoming 4 games?
Facing adversity, you're going to face that a lot on the road. And just how they respond is how well we're going to do. And they are preached that every day. They know that, and they've been doing a good job of that. I've seen growth in that area from each one of our players, and I'm very proud of that. And so I have full confidence that we will go in and keep our same routine on the road. We get to control them a little bit more on the road because we know what they're doing the night before and all of that. We get to put them in bed when we want to, no cell phones, that kind of stuff. And so I'm almost more excited for that than ever just because these are huge games. They know it, and they know how to respond to the adversity that we're going to face, and they expect it. And how poised we are determines a lot.